So if we let's say wanted to add more stuff to it, let's also add favorite characters to make it a little more interesting. So you see that array. Now this this is how a lot of databases store their information. It'll be objects and arrays with more stuff in it. So like I pulled up an example of Twitter database, and you can see here it has entities and then an array, or better yet, URLs. So there's an array that then has an object that then has another array. So like stuff can get very nested. And we are going to do more exercises to get comfortable working with arrays and objects. So like right now, we have this info object, but let's say I want to access the first character within my array from within my object. I will show you once, and then you will try to do something similar, but a little more challenging. So that would be info dot favorite characters at index 0. Index is like the slot that they're in. In code, we always start with 0. So this is slot number 0, slot number 1, which this is index 0, so that will get me Spider-Man. That make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I want you to do a map on the info object to change the first character into the last character. So
first character into the last character.
Yeah, so Spider-Man would become W. So I want you to give that a shot.
I forgot how to do the map thing.
Oh yeah, we delete that, right? I'll write that up again. So favorite characters dot map character, and then let's say for our purposes, well, first thing first, we should say constant your character equals empty string. So you want to do some stuff with character. So, we don't want to do the array. So even though I'm showing you the example of mapping on the array, I don't want you to map on the array. I want you to access favorite characters through info object and then map. So take a stab at how you do it. It's pretty challenging, so it's okay if you don't get it right away.
I'm kind of hard coding it. It's weird.
What do you mean?
So I did. So first I did const do first c equals info dot favorite characters 0 array.
Cool. Actually,
then,
just share your screen. It'll probably be easier.
Oh right. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just gonna hard code it like
yeah.
If new first c equals w. Oops, the hell. Return. Oh. Okay, so it's either hello world or how do I? Okay, wait. Oh, before that. How do I what am I trying to say? How do I go through this array? Or how do I set new first c as the whole array instead of just the first place?
You could just delete the bracket 0 bracket. It'll just be the whole array.
Okay.
Oh, just get rid of the bracket too.
Oh. Just like that.
But if you're gonna do that, then new first C is now an array.
Right. Okay. New first C is now an array. If. Oh, but that's now I need a for loop, no?
Right. So you were right the first time. You don't want to use the array. Yeah. So new first C is now W, and we are mapping through new first C, but we can't map on a string. I mean, you can, but that's not what we want. We want to map on info's favorite characters array. How would you go about that?
We wanna map. Hold on. We wanna map on. Wait. So, is it? Does that work? No.
Close. So we want favorite characters array.
Oh. Wait, but I thought you said whatever.
No, what were you gonna say?
Wait. Hold on. I'm thinking of it, but I don't know how to say it.
Okay, take your time.
Okay, so my new first C is just W as of right now.
Yep.
But I thought you said you don't want us to directly draw this.
I meant to not directly map on favorite characters, because then I do want you to map on info.favorite characters.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, okay, wait. We're mapping this now.
Mm-hmm.
Character. If I don't want to use this.
Okay, then don't use it. There are tons of ways to accomplish the same thing. Just do the one that you feel makes sense to you.
But it's probably the easiest.
No, just do like what you think makes sense is probably the one that you want to do.
I was gonna do. I don't know. I'm not sure. Never mind. Wait. Can I just hardcode it or no?
I mean, for now, sure. Yeah, I mean, okay. That will work. Yeah.
Why is there squiggly lines?
Do you have parentheses after the if?
Oh.
So new first C to W. After the if, you need to open parentheses. So like that is the stuff that you're checking.
I thought we didn't need it for JavaScript. Okay.
Yeah, there are languages where you don't, and it's all mixed and confusing. Yeah, but yeah, what this will do is you need to you need to make use of character. Character isn't being used right now, so you're iterating or like going through the favorite characters array, and you're trying to check something on each individual character. So how would you
try to check something on each individual character?
Right.
Is that it?
Not quite. So let's think about this from the beginning, right? So let's remove new first C and return hello world.
Okay.
We lost the closing bracket. Yeah, we want to keep that. Okay, yeah. So let's just remove stuff in between. Okay. So let's think about this in English. What we're trying to do is if the character is equal to W, then change it to hello world. That's what we're trying to do, right?
Right. If the character, so
right.
So wouldn't it still be okay? So if the character, okay, so I have to go do the array. So if the first character, which is this one.
Let's ignore new first C. Let's just completely delete that actually.
Okay. So okay, if info if favorite characters, do I have to do the array? Probably.
Yeah, you do.
Equals, then return.
Wait, before we go.
Yeah.
So you want to check the character that this current cycle is going through. You already have access to it. So you see where after .map you have character. That's a variable.
Oh.
So where do you think that you can make use of that variable? So character in the first cycle is W, second cycle is 7, and then the third cycle is hello world.
So just character. Oh. Like that, maybe?
So character as it is already a string. What you're doing with the bracket 0 is, you don't need it.
Okay.
So if character equals W, then what do you want to do?
Return. But instead of hard coding it, can't we? I don't know if this works.
You're right. That will work. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the same as hello world. And if you wanted to, you can even do info dot favorite characters bracket 2. That'll also be hello world. Did that make sense?
Yes. But at the same time, this is still hard coding.
Not quite. I mean, these are variables. This is stuff that you saved. You want to make use of your variables. So this is fine.
Is there?
I mean, if you wanted to, what you could replace is that quote W, and you could put like a variable there instead, which would be wherever W is.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back.
Hey. So if you wanted to access W in your info,
so it would be like this equals new first C, I guess.
Yeah, in this case, new first C is now a misleading variable name. It's just first C, or you know.
Oops.
Right. And if you wanted to make it even easier to understand, you could make a variable for last C, and then you would return last C.
Is there a keyword that automatically jumps to the last value in the array?
Like if we were to make it up like dot last.
Sure, like dot last. Like
I think that's a thing in Ruby, but not in JavaScript. But I could check real quick.
Because that's more, I guess it's more efficient than like typing 2 in the array, or like let's say your array is huge.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So like you could do dot length dot minus 1. It's not beautiful, yeah, but that'll get you the last thing. And in fact, I'm pretty sure there's no dot last in JavaScript, although it would be nice. So
just like that.
It's kind of weird. You're gonna have to do favorite characters and then bracket, and then favorite characters dot length minus 1.
Favorite characters.
Open bracket without the dot. Yep.
Okay.
And then favorite characters dot length dot and minus 1 close bracket. Because then what happens here is that favorite characters dot length is going to give you 3, and then it'll subtract 1, which is the same as 2, which is the same as what you had before.
Oh, so it's reading it like from right to left.
Oh, it reads it from left to right, but it'll know like the stuff in the bracket I need to treat differently.
I see. Oh yeah, this is a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
Does that length work for anything?
.length works for strings, arrays.
That's
off the top
basically
of my
it.
head, yeah. So, Amy, I think I confused the both of you when I said new first char. Just get rid of that. I feel like it's not helping. So, what you could do instead of new first char is just first char. So you'll get the value of the first character. That's probably easier to follow. So what we have is if character equals the first character, which is...
To put 0?
No, you don't have to, because you see I have on line 34, you already did that. So right now first char is equal to, where's your array? Astrid. So if character equals Astrid, then what do you want to do?
If character equals Astrid, then Astrid should equal Hannibal Lecter.
Right.
You write Astrid equals Hannibal Lecter?
You don't have to do that.
You just put like 0 and then 1.
For this, for now, let's just type string Hannibal Lecter, and then we'll evolve it from there. So we don't need the parentheses, we want quotes. Okay, so right now what this is doing is saying inside of our info object, we're going to look for the favorite characters array, and then we're going to go through that array one by one for each character. We're going to check if it equals to first char, which is Astrid. If the character is indeed Astrid, then we're going to return Hannibal Lecter, which would effectively replace it with Hannibal Lecter, right? That's what your code is doing right now. So we can slightly change this so that you don't like hard code Hannibal Lecter, and instead we could make use of the database that we have. So if you wanted to access Hannibal Lecter from info, how would you do that?
You change this to 1.
We want to keep first char at 0, because then that's Astrid. But then, so yeah, you can make another variable, call it last char. Okay, cool. All right. So where you have last char, JavaScript would get confused if you put a space between. Yep. So it has to be one word.
It's just like natural human nature.
Yeah, I know. It is different.
And then would you return in bracket 1?
You would return last char, because then that already has the value that was saved. And also it'll get confused with the space where you have the one info favorite characters 1. Yeah. Okay. So earlier we learned about strings, and strings are just like the literal whatever is encapsulated inside this quote. That's what it's going to return. So we don't want the string last char. String as in like the sentence or last char. We want the variable last char. It's also the quote in the front. So VS Code will like highlight and dim stuff to help like let you know what is being used and what isn't. So like right now, if you remove both quotes and type last char, you'll notice the last char on 35 will light up.
Color?
Yeah. So now you're actually using that variable. Okay. So this is exactly the same as what you had before. The only difference is now you're making use of information that you had previously stored, and you're not hard coding it. Like hard coding as in like you just typed Hannibal Lecter, right? So like let's say if you wanted to change your last character to Superman, now your code would break because it was trying to return Hannibal Lecter when you actually wanted to return Superman. That's why it's important to use variables instead of hard coding stuff. Cool. Yeah, that was good, both of you. So, how comfortable are you with accessing information inside of an object now? Do you want to do more exercises, or do you want to go to the next thing?
You can do like one more exercise.
Okay, well, let's do another one. Let's say we want to add a character to our favorite characters array within the info object. How would you do that?